Hey guys, I hope you are well. I am so pleased to be back with yet another perfume video, and today we're going to talk about not your typical, not your usual date night fragrances, because I have a totally different understanding of how I want to smell on a date night. Also, I am so grateful for all the amazing feedback on my last YouTube video about fragrances for mental health. I really didn't think that it's going to go so well. I honestly haven't felt so good creating content as I did whilst creating and filming that YouTube video. So once again, my gut proved me that you need to listen to your thoughts and your body and just do it. So once again, thank you so much. Alright, so date night fragrances. I really don't want to smell like a cupcake, like gelato, like cake, like sweets on a date night. This is not my thing. Maybe it's quite weird, but I do love to smell a little bit masculine. I do love to smell masculine and feminine at the same time. It just gives me this mystic feeling. It gives me femininity. I feel very myself. Just for some reason, I am not into this sweet, vanilla, beast mode kind of vibe, if you know what I mean. I like a little bit of the different thing. So I think I have quite a good selection of fragrances that I love to wear on a date nights. That doesn't mean I don't have any vanillas. I do, but these are a bit different. These have this oomph, if you know what I mean. Let's start. I am a big fan of Essential Parfum, and I am a big fan of Bois Imperial Extrait by Quantum Biche. I just fell in love with it from the first sniff because it is so well balanced. It is incredible. To me, this is a masterpiece. I don't care how many people love it. I don't care how many people wear it. This is my jam. This is my vibe. When you smell it, you can't really pinpoint the certain notes. It's just very, it feels like suede. It feels like rosy, woody suede. Where I live, the OG version of this is quite popular, the EDP, and you can smell it from time to time on your walk in the city. Someone is going to wear this definitely, but not the extra version. I do prefer extra version. It's just impeccable. It has a beautiful, lasting, long, fluffy projection. People will notice you. It has this mystic kind of vibe as well. I find it very sexy. I find it very interesting. It's not the sweet, sexy concoction. It is something more than that. For the notes, you have some pink pepper, some black pepper, rose, balsam fir, cedarwood. Not that I care about the notes that much, because honestly, this year proved me that sometimes the fragrances that I think I'm going to hate from the accords, from the notes, it turns out to be my biggest love. So I don't really care about the notes anymore, unless it has something to do with something very unusual, like wet plaster, mayonnaise, and things like that, because there are some fragrances with such accords. Yes, there are. Once again, this is Essential Parfum, Bois Imperial Extrait. My love. I rarely wear this one anymore, but when I do, it's usually on a date night or in the evening. This is Initio Atomic Rose. There is something about the rose on a date night. I don't know what it is, especially if the fragrance is done in this richer, woodier, mystic, I don't know, a bit like darker kind of way. The rose just does it for me on a date night, and so does Atomic Rose. This one for me is not the fresh rose, it's not the pink rose, it is the darker, sultrier rose. You have, oh, there are some notes written on the bottle. You have some Italian bergamot, pink pepper, Bulgarian rose, natural Turkish rose, natural Egyptian jasmine, and vanilla Madagascar. It definitely feels not synthetic. It's very beautiful. It lingers beautifully on your clothing, on your skin. Always gets compliments as well, and whenever I wear this, my husband likes it a lot. It just has something very feminine and alluring about it. I personally love this more than the Lina. these are a little bit similar, but just a tiny bit. Let's take a break from the rose and talk about my favorite fragrance brand ever. I'm going to Cannes and I am meeting the Sonia Constant and Ella K team, so I am so excited. I am overthinking everything already. I am quite an introvert, but then I am extrovert when I feel the company, and especially when it comes to fragrances, I just feel like the most comfortable fish in the ocean. I just feel like, you know, I'm swimming and flowing in this topic and surrounded by like-minded people. So anyway, that's off topic, but Ella K is definitely my top 3 favorite perfume brand, perfume house. Right now I have 5 fragrances. Yeah, so that's the only perfume brand in my collection that I have so many bottles. For the date night, okay, let's talk about Ghibli, because this is the most gourmand out of them all because it has nougat, but it also has jasmine. Oh wow, this is spectacular. It has jasmine that feels like drenched in honey and nougat. If you don't know what nougat is this kind of paste made from almonds and sugar. Wow, it also has some leather, but the leather is more like the smoothest suede on this planet. It is sweet, but it is sweet in this very mature and feminine and grown-up kind of way. I wore this on our friend's wedding for the evening party, and I honestly don't remember the last time I got so many compliments. This is definitely a compliment getter, and this is the gourmand that is my type of gourmand. And I also realized how much I love nougat in fragrances and like almondy things. I really do love that. So check out Ghibli if you want to smell luxuriously gourmand, sweet with a touch of leather that gives this beautiful lingering darkness, if I can say, but darkness the best way possible. I just have this vision of the date evening, hence the darkness, but it's like a bit mystic and you're wearing this beautiful outfit, the lights are dim and you're smelling like this. Phenomenal. Another perfection for the date night that would be suitable for your husband, your boyfriend, and you as well. Ella K Amber K. This is the newest release from the brand. I fell in love with it in Essence this year in Milano. I smelled it and I was like, I need a bottle. This is the most fantastic Cuban cigar tobacco kind of fragrance with a touch of white florals. You also have some cocoa, also feel a bit of the patchouli. This is kind of on the chypre fragrance side, but it still keeps the smoothness. It's not sharp, it's not vintage, it's not masculine, it's very smooth tobacco, floral, cocoa kind of fragrance. It gives alluring a lot, it gives seductive a lot. And these kind of fragrances that have this masculine and feminine energy in them, there's just something about it when you wear it. It gives me the feeling of confidence. Yeah, it gives me the feeling of confidence in myself. I don't know if that's for everyone, but it's at least for me. I personally would not feel like myself smelling like ice cream or cupcake on a date night. This is not my thing, but smelling like the smoothest tobacco, lily florals, smooth chocolatey cocoa. That's everything I want. And also amber, of course. The amber gives this lush, beautiful wrapping for this fragrance, and hence why Sonia Constant is my favorite perfumer, because honestly I could have every single fragrance from Ella K and I would happily wear all of them. Maybe there's one I don't really like. Is it Harmattan? I don't remember right now, but there's one that has a bit too much of this patchouli, woody kind of vibe. This is the epitome of perfection, of coffee perfection. Listen guys, I have to admit that I go to sleep, I go to bed thinking about my morning coffee. I guess I am addicted to that first cup of coffee in the morning, but I also drink just 1 cup of coffee in a day, so don't judge me. But this is the fragrance that helps me to sleep tighter and not wait for the morning so much, because I can just smell this and I'm okay during the day. This smells like the most realistic milky condensed milk coffee that has this dark rose, but you also have some white florals, some lily of the valley. Me in a bottle. I am a white floral lover. I love coffee. I love everything about coffee. The scent, the taste, the way it makes me feel sometimes, because I get a lot of anxiety from coffee if I make it too strong. Nonetheless, I still do love it a lot. So this is, I didn't even say the name, Da Nam Vietnamese coffee. Many people say that this smells exactly like Vietnamese coffee, and I find something so seductive and sexy about coffee fragrance for a date night. I don't know what it is. I just think that coffee has a oomph. It has that addictive touch the best way possible, and I think people can't stop smelling you, especially those who love coffee. And this is beautifully balanced because it has some, I think, some amber as well. At least I can feel it. It's just phenomenal. Narciso Rodriguez Musc Noir Rosé. Once again, a little bit of rose, but it's more musky than rosy, I guess. It just has the perfect balance. And this is for those who want to smell clean and not overwhelming with any kind of other accords. Just a touch of plum, tuberose, and rose. This fragrance went viral for a reason. I know a lot of you should probably know this fragrance, but just look at the dent, how much I've used it. This has the perfect balance of clean, elegant, and sophisticated, and floral, sultry, sexy, alluring, seductive. Compliment getter. Always. Whenever I wear this, my husband compliments it, hence why I often choose this fragrance for my date night scent. Sometimes I combine it with Ella Musky, sometimes I combine it with Atomic Rose. It layers pretty well with other fragrances if you want to add more density and more intensity. I am not a huge fan of layering my scents. The only time when I layer my fragrances is when I just want to intensify it, or I want to tone down some of the accords, or I want to finish a fragrance but I don't really like it anymore, so I find a way to layer it with a fragrance that I like. But yeah, nothing to add, nothing to take out. This is a fantastic, very feminine, gorgeous, musky, clean, floral, but darker because of that plum fragrance. I know a lot of people bought this fragrance because of me and they love it. So as always, don't blind buy, try it, test it. I could say this is the fragrance that it is crowd pleasing. It is crowd pleasing. There are 2 fragrances I'd love to mention, but I don't have the full bottles of it. The first one is Xerjoff Bouquet Ideale. This is so velvety, so spicy, so floral, so smooth, so creamy. It is fantastic. I don't have any left actually. I thought I have 1 drop left. I don't, but I can smell it. This is femininity in a bottle, and the funniest thing is that from the scent you would think that there are like florals and vanilla and some amber, but the notes are cinnamon, nutmeg, guayacute, sandalwood, Virginia cedar, papyrus, vanille, coumarin, tobacco blossom, French labdanum, and musk. I came to a conclusion that I really love labdanum, and I just really noticed that whenever I smell it in fragrances, I notice that these fragrances are like, oh, okay, I like that. To me, this smells red as the bottle, but from the accords, you would never tell that. The cinnamon is not sharp. The nutmeg is not like foodie nutmeg that you put in your dishes. It's just so perfectly balanced and created. It feels like smooth as silk, smooth like velvet. It has that mystic feeling, which I really love for the date night. Another one, fantastic fragrance, absolutely wonderful. Not a lot of people are talking about this brand on YouTube and on socials. This is Mithai by Peosym. I am really not sure how to pronounce the brand. I should have checked that before, but sorry for butchering the name. Now, the first time I sprayed it, it instantly reminded me of the fragrance that I used to wear and love a lot, and it got discontinued as per usual with all the amazing fragrances. That fragrance was Hail by Hailberry. I would do everything to be able to buy that fragrance because to me it was a masterpiece. I wonder if a perfumer created that fragrance or it was just from some kind of conglomerate. I don't know, but it was phenomenal. So let me spray it a bit on my arm. Wow. Yes, this is an incredible date night fragrance, but it's also an incredible fall and winter fragrance. It is a little bit gourmand, but I get a lot of that nuttiness, which I absolutely adore. As you know, I love almond, I love hazelnut in fragrances as well. There is cashew accord in Mithai. Oh, it is fantastic, beautiful fragrance. It is spicy, creamy, a bit sweet, it's dense, it's not airy, it has that balsamic feeling, but it also has a lot of feminine energy to me. It is fantastic. I don't even have any other fragrances to compare this with. It is one and only. Okay, and these are your typical but not so typical date night fragrances from my point of view. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are going to check some of these scents because these are truly worth it. If you do, let me know. As per usual, I am waiting for your date night recommendations. See you after I come back from Cannes. This is going to be my first time in there, meeting a few of my favorite brands. It seems like a dream. I just can't wait. So yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Bye.